the deportation.
White nations.
White nations.
Closed borders.
Closed borders.
White nations.
White nations.
Now we start the deportation.
Now we start the deportation.
White nations.
White nations.
Closed borders.
Closed borders.
And then obviously you got the all white town that just popped up. So there's shit out there. Let me get Beans, then everybody else. What's goody?
So Ham, does that mean that we can't say the boogeyman white man no more?
No, he ain't a boogeyman. That nigga got boogers in his nose.
So he's real, huh?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Beans. You got the floor.
That is funny as hell. No, I just want to join in on the conversation, man. Okay. I ain't seen y'all in a minute, but what's up, everybody? That I like and the ones I don't.
You sound muffled.
Yeah, your mic muffled like just now, but it wasn't muffled this whole time.
That's because the mic, I think. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, this is Mike. I don't got one of those $900 mics. I gotta have it right here. So, but yeah, man, I think it's really weird that Instagram post that you shared and the fact that it was before Charlie Kirk. And I'm not trying to start a fight with Fantastic, but I think it's weird that he pointed out that it didn't come from anywhere. It came from the fact of this guy beating this other guy up like he did in the ring. And I think that is the problem, right? That I have, particularly with you all that I consider the conservative douchebags, is that the kind of grace that you extend to these other people that you don't extend to your own people, right? People who had a problem with black folks' reaction to Charlie Kirk, not understanding that, well, that reaction was based on his behavior, right? And the things that he said, right? So if you could say that this man made this post about skinning kids, but it was based on a fight between two grown men, right? Then why we can't extend that same grace to people who are just reacting with their little distasteful comments about this dude who died, who had a lot of negative ass shit to say about black people without context, and a lot of times he just straight up lied.
You know, so were you? I want to cut you out. You done, Bean?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question.
I said that. My bad,
well, oblige me if you don't mind, because I think Will maybe feels similar to what you're saying. I
just want to correct this one thing.
What I'm looking at is me and you've been talking a lot. That's all.
Oh yeah, I got you.
And I'm just saying that Will was shaking his head when Beans was talking, so maybe his retort will be likened to yours. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
What up, Hap? What up, fellas?
What's goody?
What's going on with you, Sil? Nothing much. God bless each and every last one of you. Hope you're all having a good day.
Bless you too. Bless you too.
Appreciate it. Charlie Kirk never said nothing racist since he's been speaking since 2012. And I find it funny that a lot of people are just now finding offense when there is none, just because of sound bites and clips that's being posted. And it's funny that people have smoke for the things that he's saying that is directed towards the black community. But the problem is he was being asked about the black community. And a lot of things that he's saying about the black community has been repeated since before he started talking and after he started talking in 2012. So why all of a sudden now we want to have smoke for the white boy? Because he's saying that the problem in the black community is fatherless homes.
Okay. I know that wasn't directed at me, but I would like to prove a point once and for all that you niggas is full of shit. Will, if Charlie Kirk said that Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday, in your opinion, what do you think would be the justification for that take?
That black people have been saying that Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday for years. Before Charlie Kirk was known for being famous for saying it.
Absolutely. Hamp, is that what I asked him?
No.
Okay.
So
That's
it
what he
was,
asked. Hold on,
how's that
wait,
not
he
what
did ask
you?
him that. Wait, he did ask him that. Exactly what he asked. He retorted your answer with the question.
It's not what I asked.
So
Let's
what
So
was?
re-ask the
do
question.
it
Re-ask
again.
the
Let's
question.
do it. So I heard it as no, that's not what he asked him, right? Mr. Fantastic heard it differently from me. That's fine.
So
Bean,
re-ask the question.
well, let's do it. Yeah. Pose the question again, please.
If Charlie Kirk said that Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday, Will, in your opinion, what do you think the justification of that would be?
And
That
he
it
answered.
shouldn't. Hold on, wait. He right. I didn't answer the question. He
Yeah,
right. My
because he
bad.
said
I
black
didn't
people
answer.
been saying the same thing. But he said,
What would justify Charlie Kirk saying that is
Yeah.
looking at the holiday of Juneteenth and understand that it's a fabrication of falsity and that it should not be there and we should not be celebrating.
What's false
That's
about it?
what's false about it. It's a false day.
What's false? You can't. Okay, what's false about it? It's false. That's not an answer.
You asked me about a justification.
Absolutely. I said what's false about it.
Right. We celebrating the day of what? What is Juneteenth?
You're answering my question with a question now.
No, I answered your question. Now I'm
You
asking.
didn't.
I did. I answered your question. Now I'm asking you a question. I said that it's false, and I'm asking you, what is Juneteenth?
Right. No, sir. Listen, that's not how this goes. Right. You're
That is
answering
how
my
this-
question.
You
This is
asked the
true,
question.
but you're not answering it.
I answered the question.
Oh,
I
You said
that-
something that's not true. Right. You said
Yeah.
that it's a
No, I
false
gave
holiday.
you my
What
answer.
makes it false?
I gave you my answer. My
Okay,
question
so then
is,
you got it.
what is Juneteenth?
You got it.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So,
So hold on. Don't
What are we doing?
run it over. Don't run
He
it over.
said you got
Don't
it.
run it- No, but I
Yeah.
know. Let me just don't run it over. Right. So Will was saying it's a day that's not rooted in facts. So why is it being celebrated? Will, are you alleging or is it speculation that it's almost made up in terms
is.
of Juneteenth?
It is made up. It is made up.
So he's saying it's just some bullshit that just pulled out of thin air. But then I guess, Will, my simple thing is, ain't that all holidays?
Yes.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's my point. And that's my point of saying my
That's your
statement.
point.
So
So
now,
why push
my
back
question-
at that one? Why not push back at Valentine's Day?
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Fourth
So
of
No,
July.
I'm saying Charlie Kirk. Why not? Why is he worried about Juneteenth? What about why don't we get rid of Valentine's?
because he was asked about Juneteenth, and this
He
is what
wasn't.
you. Hold on, wait, no, stop. Yes, he was. He's been
No, he
asked. Yes, he was multiple times over the years since 2012. He's been asked about specifically about the Black community from Black people. He's been asked specifically about the Black community from the Rainbow Coalition. He's been asked specifically about the Black community from white people. See, everyone always wants to cherry pick his answers because everyone only wants to ask him about the Black community. This is why they say, well, he never gave any answers, or nor did he condemn the white community. But my question is this: if I ask you, HAMP, Beans is wearing a blue do-rag, do you agree?
No.
And you would say no, right? So I would say, oh, so you're racist against the color red. Well, how can I say that if you see red? I can't give you a directed narrative question and then call you a racist because you didn't want to recognize the color as blue.
Okay.
But again, people have smoke for Charlie Kirk sound bites.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
but
understand your point. I understand your point, right? You saying that he answers questions that are asked, right? They're not in the sound bites. It's only showing his answer and not the question, right?
Not the context of the question.
What if he wasn't? And what if he wasn't asked anything? What if he was literally on his own Instagram in his car and went live to make the statement and
Great.
then said goodbye and left?
Great. Now I'm glad that you brought that up because of people's feelings and emotions and their misrepresentation of his context. They want to paint him as a narrative.
Okay. So,
Yes,
Beans, do you have that by chance, Beans?
Absolutely, but it's irrelevant
I want to
because
see
he's.
it.
If we're not going to force him, to stand on truth, it's irrelevant. Why
Well,
play the
I
clip?
think-
Not irrelevant,
Yeah.
though. Just
hey,
for proof.
Go ahead, Ms. Vaz, you got it. Beans, if you wouldn't mind, can you send that or can you share your screen with that video? Because, Will, that video is unprovoked, right? So it's unadulterated if he hits the live button and speaks on something under his own what's the word I'm looking for, Aaron? Not fruition, under his own
Volition.
Volition. Yeah, and in that case, then that's not the same. That's not the same circumstance.
Right. That's him.
But they're gonna say somebody asked them about it.
No,
Yeah,
no one asked him about it. He went live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you share that, please?
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Go ahead. So let's do this, Mr. Fantastic. Let's get Arnold, and then we'll introduce Tommy. Tommy was goody.
So my first thing to Beans was Beans. I wasn't doing anything to give grace to so on and so forth. I was correcting Nightish because Nightish made it seem as if I was directly talking to Nightish and it was in response to something. He said he just did it for no reason. I directly responded tonight and said, no, it was not a direct, just not done. He gave the reason for it. And I don't know, Hamp, didn't you read it in the thing? You read it. They actually read it. It was on the, you read it in the, what's the Instagram post, right? It said it brought up the Roger Jackson thing and all the other stuff with the dude that talked about skinning the kids.
Oh yeah, I read through that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was correcting Nightish. It's not me giving grace. Again, a nigga telling the truth about the white man is giving grace and wanting to be white and all this other shit.
That, bro. It's not.
What do you mean? It's not that.
Okay, wait. Let me give you.
So now I'm getting.
I know, but I'm just saying. Let's have a conversation. Let me give you an accurate example. So I don't like it when somebody says the word dog. Nightish says dog, and I don't like it. And I'm like, man, I don't like when people say that word, but I know why you said it though. Then you say the word dog, and I'm like, man, see, niggas no, I don't like that word, bro. Like this, all you niggas do. You want to sit on the panel and say dog all day, bro. That's what you do. Don't make me go clip the shit up to show the world that that's what you do. When you talking about black people doing something, you speak about it as if it's in general. You say things like you niggas. You don't say it's a small percentage of you niggas. You say you niggas, right? That's how you talk, bro. So don't make it seem like I'm making something up. When I say that you giving grace, I'm not saying like you dick holding. That's why I'm using the term giving grace, because I'm just saying the way you speaking about it. You saying this man being upset behind another man beating another man up was provoked to say I'm a skin children.
Provoked. Now you're adding words to it.
You said don't make it seem like he just did it for no reason.
So he did.
What the fuck is that? Is that not provocation?
Literally the fact, and that's what I'm saying. And you niggas are so emotional. This is why I can't stand you niggas. Okay? Shit. I can't stand you niggas. We here now, right? I can't stand you niggas that look for an excuse to be a motherfucking victim in this race shit, bro.
Wait, but fantastic. Is that not provocation? If you're saying that he had a reason to do it, is that not provocation?
It is provocation, but I'm not motherfucking talking about it for the provocation to justify it. I'm just simply correcting someone for saying something that's not motherfucking correct on the fucking broadcast. What are you saying?
Fantastic. I didn't accuse you of justifying.
I ain't cut nobody off.
But Fantastic, don't do that because I didn't accuse you of justifying it.
Everybody
lying, bro. Don't lie on me. I'm not gonna.
Well, you doing it. In real time.
He didn't say you justified. He didn't say you justified. That's all.
Say you justified it.
Yeah.
You said, bro.
Mr. Fantastic, if you don't mind, what is the contentious point right now that we're discussing?
The contentious point, bro, is again, he's doing exactly what he I guess he could say, I'm doing it. You're saying I'm bringing it up as provocation. Why would you say provocation? Because I'm saying, oh, that's what provoked him to do it. You're trying to insinuate that I justified it because saying he was provoked.
I'm not.
So why would you use that word? Your number one thing that you always say is word means things. Okay. All I simply said, and I specifically told you, Nightish said something that was not factual, and I gave the context as to why what was said. Hamp literally read the shit on the fucking screen himself, the whole scenario. Okay. It's not because of me giving grace or none of this shit. So everything you're saying is being motherfucking inflammatory, even saying I'm giving grace to a situation to where a white man threatened about fucking skinning and killing black kids. That's ridiculous.
Okay,
hold on. The fact of the matter, you don't think I should defend myself in that and be offended by you even doing anything close to that is crazy in itself. That's fucking ridiculous, dog.
What did I say was non-factual, though?
Hold on, Nightish, please.
You said he just did it unprovoked, Nightish. I don't know what you said exactly or whatever. You say he just did it or something before Hamp had read the thing.
Yeah, he had no reason to say that about some kids because he was mad at a podcaster. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. What Nightish said was that he just did it, just like whatever. No, and I'm telling you the full context of the situation. An excuse that he might use is, oh well, I was mad because of the Roger Jackson situation. Now onto the Will part of it is that Will, you did answer him the first time. He asked you what would be the justification for that, and you said, oh well, it's justified because black people had already done it. It's justified because if the black people had did the same shit that y'all mad at Charlie Kirk about, saying, hey, Juneteenth don't need to be no holiday. That's justification. That's a direct answer to the fucking question.
You're literally right now arguing that if somebody else said something, that's justification for me saying the same thing.
So I had to oversimplify. Wow. That's why I had to restate the answer.
Yes.
Oh
if
my God.
your excuse, hold on. So the question would be this. So the follow-up question. So why weren't you mad when the nigga said it?
Exactly.
Why weren't you mad when black people said it?
Exactly.
Right. Okay, cool. Here's the thing. I wasn't mad when he said it. That's not the point.
Why are you claiming it's racist?
Fantastic. Can I have a second? First of all, the question was, why would he? So let me give you an example so that nobody can pretend like they don't understand. We got first degree murder, we got second degree murder, we got manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, negligent homicide. Why do all of those exist? Because people do the same thing for different fucking reasons. So if I say June 19th shouldn't be a holiday, my reason for saying that does not mean it's the same fucking reason if Charlie Kirk says it.
Prove it.
It sounds crazy. I don't have to. All I have to do is acknowledge that it don't. See how you over talking me now? I don't have to.
We almost even.
Just the fans say, okay, cool. So I'm saying let's do that then. Don't whine and complain when I do it to you.
We almost even.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. That sounds insane. Just because I think it's not a reason for, just because I said it is not a reason for you to say it. You don't say every fucking thing I say. You have your own reason why we agree on shit. Me and you both can agree on something, and you will have a whole different total reason why you think it, and I'll have another reason why I think it. You know that that's true. So what I'm saying is when we listening to Charlie Kirk, what I asked him was, and I asked him for his opinion. So technically he did answer my question, but it was on a technicality. What I said was, in your opinion, why do you think he would say that? And he said, because black people said it. Fantastic. Yes or no? Please, brother, I'm begging you to be genuine. Do you think anything that comes out of Charlie Kirk's mouth is said because black people say it? Or do you think he thinks for himself?
I think it has bearing from what black people say, their opinion. Yeah. you asked me the question, then I answer it. So being that that's not me laughing. That's him. Well, yes, being that he has close ties to, and that's just dumb niggas laughing. Niggas that are very, very low IQ.
I gotta be a dumb nigga though.
And because you're being a dumb nigga. Because
That's
you have
no fantastic.
You have an emotional attachment to something, right? What you do is you do immature shit. You laugh and giggle like a bitch. But it's okay.
I'm not a bitch. I'm not a dumb nigga. What I was saying is that their default is black people.
Right? So this
even
we say
though we're a minority, even though we don't have the kind of power that you're trying to suggest that we have, the default. I understand he asked you a question, but you keep putting me in it when I was completely silent.
I wasn't talking about you. You weren't even
silent. You brought me up 4 times.
Because again, bro, you missed your chance on that. No one said nothing about Nightish. No one said about Nightish.
I was silent.
But either way, listen, this is the thing, right? So again, to act like he wasn't close friends with actual black people and conservatives that he has intimate knowledge of that may have, told them their problems and their ideology, y'all don't even consider that, right? The people that are around you have no impact on your fucking ideology and your thought process on the subject matter in any way, right, Beans? You just, I'm white and they black, so fuck them, and they this and they that, and fuck Juneteenth.
Again, in the macro, yes, I agree with you.
I know you do, because it's factual. So that's what I'm saying. So how are you expecting? You're asking fucking Will. So what do you think Charlie Kirk thought? It could be anything. The fuck? I don't know what his opinion was. The justification was. Hold on, fam. I'm finna wrap it up.
Absolutely.
The justification is this: if you say it, it's okay for me to fucking say it. You can't be mad at me saying it. It may not be correct. It may be a cop out. It may be whatever the fuck you want to call it. But Beans, if you say some wild shit and I say some wild shit, me repeating you saying it, you don't have the right to fucking get mad for me saying some shit you said. That is the essence of the motherfucking argument. If black people go out here saying this and that and this and that and all this other shit and so on and so forth, you can't only be upset when a white person says the shit. That's the fucking whole point of the argument, bro.
Okay, fantastic. I understand the argument, but what I'm saying is that you see how I'm giving you my understanding, right? And I'm asking you for yours. I'm saying in reality, though, there's no way that you believe that this man makes those kind of statements based on anybody else but himself. No, this man, he isn't lauded the way he's lauded flags flying at half staff and all this. My whole YouTube timeline is Charlie Kirk. That ain't because he went around regurgitating other people's talking points. He is being lauded as the one who provokes the conversation. He goes across the world from state to state to country, to continent to continent, debating and having the conversations. Nobody believes that anything this man says out of his mouth is coming from anybody else. It's all coming from him. So
I'm gonna ask one more question.
Hold on, real quick. I shared the video, Hamp. It's down there if you can see it.
Okay.
Everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right, Tommy been patient too. Is Tommy still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work.
We got to rewind it.
Have a good day.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Okay, everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Where's the provocation?
There's no provocation. What's the problem?
Where's the question being asked?
No, my question to you is there is no wait, Tommy, hold on. I'm answering Beans. There is no provocation. He uploaded the video, he said what he said. What's the problem?
The problem is that you lied, and I want you to take accountability for lying.
For saying what?
That somebody asked him.
Okay, so that video someone asked him. In a debate that he had in 2014, I want to say it was, a black person approached him and they asked him that same question. If the video was still up, I would go find it for you. But a lot of those videos is down because he changed up his platform. But again, I've been watching this man since 2012. You can't play me something from recent and say, well, this is the reason why he's racist. And I can tell you about the conversation, just like the conversation that he had at Oxford College when they was lying on Trump and they lied on the FBI and they lied on the CIA. See, this is the problem. A lot of people are chiming into what Charlie Kirk has said then and now, and they just now get into the conversation. And they're not listening subjectively. They're listening objectively because of their racism.
Right, absolutely.
All he said was that he wasn't.
Hold on, Mattis, please. Hold on. Since I've been on this show today, have you heard me say that Charlie Kirk was a racist one time?
No.
Okay. I didn't say you. I'm talking in general, but you're taking it personally.
I'm not. You're talking to me, and I'm looking for answers for what I'm saying out of my mouth, and you're responding in these general ass.
No, I answered
you, right?
I got you, and I answered
the same way how you over talking me now, right? And you don't want nobody to do it to you.
You
responding in this very
about people.
Listen. I'm not. The conversation is unproductive with all the decorum. That's it. That's the key word. So we can be more productive and get through it. All right. Now, interjections happen during a conversation, but we just got to try to lessen them as much as possible because this is important. This is substantive. We ain't talking about bad behavior in relationships right now. All right, so I'm asking. Who had the floor? Was Bean saying something?
Just go to Tommy because you've been trying to get to him.
All right, yeah, I want to get Tommy because and the thing is, we get Tommy in, he not gonna go stray far from what we're talking about anyway. He right here on the conversation. Tommy, what's goody?
Oh, what's up, y'all? Well, even going off of what you said, Will, his last words prove you wrong. Because his last words, the question was not about black people at all. When they asked him about that, we all know what he was talking about. And that's a great diversion. It's a great
I'm not saying anything. I want you to finish.
Is to but are we including this? I said this somewhere else. The ironic part about it is the exact day that shit happened to him, what that person asked him about happened that day. That's what they were talking about. But his diversion tactic was, well, are we going to include? Nobody asked you about that. And that was kind of one of his strategies of how I feel he was pushing propaganda. One of the things that really turned me off to him, and it wasn't a quote I seen printed, I seen him say it out his mouth, was the Martin Luther King thing. He was an awful man. He was a grapist. Wait, huh? A man that was under FBI watch 24 hours, a man that they wanted to shut down his situation, and you mean to tell me they just kicked their feet up and just watched him go around and just ingrate women? Like, that don't even make sense. But that's what he was pushing. I also seen him one time where he was pushing these statistics, and he said out of his mouth, mind you, he's a multimillionaire. Google is free. So in my head, you're doing this on purpose.
Absolutely.
Black people make up 50% of the prison population. Wrong. White people do. Black people make up 38. So in my head, I'm going, is he doing this because this is what he believes? Or does he want to push this to somebody who he knows isn't going to double back and check these numbers and just go off of what you said? Most people are going to do that. They're not going to double back and check the numbers. They're going to go off of what you said. So now you got people walking around thinking black people make up 50% of prison population, and they don't. He said we have more M's. No, we don't. Now you can do, oh, he meant, no, I don't give a fuck what he meant. Again, what we say, words mean something. And he's from what I understand, an intelligent person. He said we have more crime. He said we have more, as in totality, not per capita. That's what he said out of his mouth. That's propaganda that's pushed. And I think this misnomer of people are mad because of a disagreement is not of a disagreement. I think what's making people even more mad is, again, when you have half-mast flags, and you literally in April had a government official, a congresswoman, get knocked down, and they didn't even do that for her. If you don't see that as a problem, I don't even know what to say. And I don't care what side of you on, left, right, it doesn't matter. If somebody that works as a congressperson passes away, and you don't fly the flag at half-staff, but somebody who, if you don't see that, that's crazy to me.
Okay, cool. So the very last question to Charlie Kirk was, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Kirk responded, too many. He followed up with a question. He says, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Kirk responded, counting or not counting gang violence. Now, let me ask a question. Where does gang violence have to do with black people? And please do not paint the narrative that the word gang means black, because if I'm Japanese, the word gang means Yakuza. If I'm Chinese, the word gang means triad. If I'm Haitian, the word gang could be anything. So again, please tell me, no, excuse me, I don't need you right now, Mr. Google. Please tell me how a white person asks another white person about mass shooters, and the white person says gang violence. How does that attribute to black people? Please, by all means.
As I was being called,
I only want to know, Nidus. No, don't jump in. No, nobody jump in and save him. Go ahead.
Ain't no saving. We got what, 9 people on the panel. When you say the word gang violence, what's the first thing that come to head? I'll wait.
Sure. Nine black people on the panel. What's the first thing y'all think of when y'all hear gang?
You blaming black people for your own ideology with how you think.
Let them.
Wait. Exactly. 9 black people on the panel. What's the first thing y'all think of when y'all hear the word gang?
Black.
What's the first thing you think of when you hear the word thug?
Self-inflicted.
Oh, okay. So then that would mean that people are making appointments to be offended by words. So you said words mean something. Tell me.
No, you asked a question. What we think?
Stop butting in. Stop butting in.
Come on, man. We're talking about white on white crime, right? So
let him respond. Hey, Will, let him respond. That's a point that deserves a response for sure. So Tommy, Tommy, did he freeze?
No, he there. He moving.
The question on the table is our assumption, and you're saying a safe assumption for most people is that when they hear gang, we see black. Is that a fault of Charlie Kirk's? I just want to understand.
You was asking me that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think that's just in general because of how we've been. Okay, there's certain words, right? There's white thugs. We know this.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear the word thug, white don't pop up in your head. Is that because of us? Or is that because that's how America is pretty much conditioned everybody to think?
So if I'm Italian, if I hear the word gang, do I think of the mob?
Yeah, they don't call each other gangs.
Okay, so if I hear mob, do I think of what they call themselves?
If you heard mob, you think of Italians.
Okay, so if you heard mob, you think of Italian. So if you hear gang, you automatically think black. So let me wait. So let me ask you a question. What do you call a violent group of white people?
You could call them. They call them mob, but they don't have. They don't have. What I'm saying is there isn't a specific word besides maybe like white supremacists.
So Will,
just naturally think.
Well, let me ask a question to Will. So Will, what is being proposed is the inference, right? So is it safe to say that when he says gang, the inference for the majority of people is that he's referring to black people? Because you can't say black people, right? In that breath. Go ahead.
He wasn't talking about, this is my opinion, because I'm not Charlie Kirk. I don't know what he was talking about. But in my opinion, this is what he was talking about. The previous question was about trans mass shooters or school shooters in America. The follow-up question was about mass shooters in America. His counter to that was counting or not counting gang violence. Gang does not necessarily equate to black. That can equate to anything, because we have seen that there's been a multitude of people to attack people within their own culture that's outside of black. I think just because when black people hear his answer, they say, oh, he's automatically talking about black people, and they're attributed to everything that he's been asked about when it comes to the black community. That does not mean, nor should that paint his statement as racist.
Yeah, exactly. It's self-inflicted. And then too, I was going to ask Tommy, you in Cali, right? I think and down in Texas too. They got a whole bunch of Mexican and Hispanic gangs, don't they? In out Cali, right?
Bro, every race has gangs. What I'm saying is,
when
you say gang violence, we know what, like, y'all. All right, yeah. If
it depends on who listening to it, bro. So listen, I can tell you this: if you say gang and a Mexican thinking about it, he not motherfucking thinking about motherfucking black gangs. He thinking about fucking what's the name. So it's dependent on the listener and your motherfucking need to be a victim. If that's your want to have a victim and tell, oh man, he talking shit about black people.
All right,
that's the fucking problem. You prove the point.
Can I make a point right quick? Just really quick,
and then let me get Knight, because Knight been trying to.
Even when it comes to white people, when they say that a gang of bikers, they don't call them just a biker club anymore. They say a gang of bikers went into a town and they wreaked havoc, or they say a gang of vipers, they transported or they followed a kid to the school to make sure that he was protected. So that's what I'm saying. What's happening here now in 2025 is people are taking and twisting the context of the words and they're applying it to their own biases.
Go ahead, Knight.
Again, the statement I made earlier was about, in general, that the default is black people. Then, when I was quiet while Fantastic talked, he's brought my name up 4 times and said, Knight is said, and I didn't say a word. I was completely quiet. It's not about me. I don't take this stuff personally. When that man brought up them statements and he said gang and all that, the default is black people. I understand what y'all saying. They're not thinking about the damn Yakuza. They're not thinking about Italians unless we back in the 50s. You thinking in 2025, when they say gangs, they thinking about the Yakuza and the Italians?
Nightish, in a mass group of white people. And these white people are MAGA, and then you have the Democratic liberal. Hold on, let me finish my question really quick.
No, I was talking Fantastic that brought my name up 4 times.
I got you, but you reference to my point. You can
go after Fantastic. I was quiet while Fantastic brought my name up 4 times. Called me a bitch ass nigga and everything else. And then at the same time, he said people go after him. I like Fantastic. I think he a cool dude. He literally said my name 4 times. Let Fantastic answer, and then
All right, cool. So the thing is, the most prominent gang of note recently, Night is, who was it? You tell us. You know who it was?
When they say gangs, do they think of somebody other than black people?
Yes, they do. Because right now they're thinking about Trinidad Aragua. So hold on, I'm gonna tell you. So one of the main focuses right now, especially of Charlie Kirk's thing, would be Trinidad Aragua. You know, the illegal immigrants that are here, that the media and the Republicans and the conservatives that you guys hate. Why don't shake your head, brother? Why are you shaking your head, man? You asked the question. So
I can't shake my head. Talk. I'm not talking over you. I just think you a liar. Go ahead. It's on you.
What's so crazy? And what's so crazy,
I'm not saying anything. Let me shake my head in peace.
Okay, I left it alone, brother. I left it alone. You're right. You can shake your head if you want to. I hope you ain't got Parkinson's. But listen what I'm saying, man. This is we talking about right here, dog. Listen. You niggas want to be victims. There's nothing I can say that's gonna make it nobody else. It can't be the fucking Trinidad Aragua. It can't be the motherfucking Mexican gangs. It can't be the motherfucking biker gangs. They had a whole show about fucking biker gangs, Sons of Anarchy, right? But you niggas only because of your thinking and your victimhood fucking just necessity, he had to be talking about white people. He had to be talking about niggas. He had to be talking about black people. This shit is sad, man. And you just further proving the point. And shout out to Will. I'm gonna say this and then move it on. Will gave the full context because everybody been saying this shit, and Will, I didn't even get to see it because all I saw was the actual shooting, so I didn't go back to look at the shit because it was just crazy. But Will gave the full fucking commentary. There was a question asked about one thing, then the question shifted. Niggas are lying, okay, out of fucking ignorance or purposely. Well, we came up with a new word the other day, Beans. Then we were what we come up with? Malicious something. I think about it, right?
Right.
We came up with a new word the other day. All right, okay.
I would say malicious victimization.
No, that wasn't it. But either way it goes, this is what I'm saying. Niggas made it about us when there's clearly details and context that's needed to clearly show you that it wasn't about black people at all. And even he never said black people. He said gang, and somebody automatically, oh, he got to be talking about niggas. So again, like I said, Fantastic was right.
Can I ask you a question, Fantastic?
Let me read this. Riri with the 20 ball said, just because it's Monday, I'm off today, and I love this. Might be risky. Perfect. Riri was popping. We got $10 toward the extension. Everybody else continue to donate to the extension so we can keep it going because there's a lot more to be heard. And I really need the people that are edified on this to communicate more concisely. You know what I mean? So we can get everybody's opinions in. Aaron with the $2 says, why white people on SM begging for forgiveness? What's SM?
What is SM?
Yeah, you got to tell
social media.
Duh, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Darlene, hey, Hamp, panel, and chat. Have a great show. That's a fact. That acronym be kicking my ass. What's up, Darlene? Appreciate you. JT with the $5 says HR 1280 - George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2021. Okay. What is that one? I gotta look it up. Aaron with the $2 says, as long as they ain't bothering me, nigga mentality. Lex from Texas was popping. Been a member for 18 months. It's always going to be a part of the family because God made Texas first. Aaron with the $2 says, why was HBCUs on high alert after Kirk's death? Sean, what up?
What up, buzzing, bird flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was. What up, buzzing, bird flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Thank you to my family here for the tea in the building. Sean Antonio building, renewing those memberships. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. John the Baptist with the $10. Mr. Fantastic speaking facts. Stand 10 toes down. John the Baptist with the $5. Mr. Fantastic, don't change up, bro. HQ with the $2 says, does anybody know what an overseer is? Aaron with the $2 says, why white politicians are most black people's daddy? AL with the $5 says, he chooses his sound bites to post. They are from his channel. It's not misrepresented. It's out of context. That's on him. He was race baiting at best. Zeke, what up?
What up, buzzing, bird flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was. What up, buzzing, bird flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Salute to my Ak, Ezekiel Ben Israel in the building who gifted 6. This might be risky memberships, man. God bless. Whoever got blessed with one, say thank you and please maintain it. HQ with the $2 says, the Kirk apologist says, context, quote unquote. Listen, y'all.
Kirk apologist?
Mm-hmm. HQ laughing her ass off, apparently. HQ with the $2 says, this is embarrassing. Juan Solo with the $2 says, instead of correcting information, they cry about it. Aaron with the $2 says, what Charlie Kirk did for any of you niggas. B. Sammy with the $5 says, can you imagine where we would be if Charles sympathizers fought this hard for their own people? Good show, though, Hamp. Salute. You can make a quick response. Go ahead.
Where would we be if y'all had all this energy prior to Charlie's death? None of y'all had none of this smoke for Charlie prior to him dying. I guarantee you, none of y'all can quote anything from any of his debates other than sound clips.
Sound like a hit dog is hollering.
Oh, it sounds like a hit dog is hollering, just like when you posted, just like when he said the word. Hold on, just like when he said the word gang.
You responded to something that was said. Oh shit. Reggie with the $10 said Hispanic home ownership is between 50 and 51%, while black is between 45 and 46. Callie Bev with the $5 says, now we don't know what coded language and dog whistles are. I'm calling short bullshit and purposeful obtuseness. Juan with the $2 says some of his talking points came from the Crowder show. See, Rob, what's goody?
What up, buzzing, bird flipping dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
See, Rob in the building. We appreciate you for coming a member. Aki, good to see you. Welcome. Aaron with the $2 says, Chat GPT said most Americans think black or Latino when they hear gang. That's right. Chris, what up?
Perfect.
Been a member for 8 months. Will and Fantastic is cooking, y'all. Mind Chaos Brew with the $10 says, if everything is racism is anything, people just want to be mad. DC Slim was good. Salute, OG. Hope all is well. Good to see you. See Rob with the $5 says, why are we arguing about a white man who was assassinated by another white man? And live with the 20 ball. Will bro, real talk, big dog. Why you sound so mad?
Because the anger that the boomers have, they didn't have this energy back in the 50s. They're back in the 50s and the 60s when they could have been staying at home taking care of their children. Now they got an opinion because a white man hurt their little feelings. Because the Gen Xers and the Gen Yers and the Gen Zers, they now want to jump out with their opinion about a white man because what he said hurt their feelings, but they cannot irrefute the truth. When it comes down to the black community that's full of degeneracy, we promote negativity, and we love to love on the criminals. Prove me wrong.
Rico, what up?
Because Will is mad.
Mad about what?
If he answering the question. Let's what's that shit called? Ad hominem.
It's not an ad hominem, no.
But I'm characterizing it like let's move that shit out the way and respond directly to what's being said.
Ad libbing,
ad hominem. So don't call nobody a bitch and no shit like that. Let's get through the conversation.
I didn't call him a bitch.
I'm talking to Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic know what he's
talking to me. When I called you a bitch, my bad.
Yeah, you called me a bitch. I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need help clarifying it. All right.
I'm not helping you. I'm just saying stop
calling. No, so night. Just chill for a second. All right. Let's get through it. Reaper, you there?
Yeah, what's good? Can you hear me?
What's good, kid? How you?
Good. By the panel, man. I come in peace, man. I just want
Reaper got a delay, so y'all know, right? So if he just understand that.
Oh yeah, okay. I apologize for that. Yeah, just wanted to say something to you, Maga World. Just want to read a comment. Let me know if I'm off the screen because I have to switch to another app just to see the comment. So, because you said that he doesn't say anything racist, right? So he said, and everybody's heard this comment, but he said, if I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder if she's there because of her excellence or she's there because of affirmative action. If we would have said that Joy Reid, Michelle Obama, and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called racist. Now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken seriously. You had to go and steal a white person slot to be taken somewhat seriously. Now, I know other people may say other parts taken out of context, but the last comment I think rings true to him saying racist things, or at least white supremacist things, right? Because the fact that you said they had to take a white person's slot, right, to be taken seriously implies that the only he didn't take a white person's position to be taken seriously. He literally said white. So that in itself is racist, is white supremacist, right? Please let me know, McAwell, if I'm taking out of context or anything, but I'm reading what he said exactly. And that sounds pretty racist to me, that the only people who are qualified in what he just said is white. I apologize if I have a delay, so please go ahead.
If somebody can clarify what he said.
Yeah. So remember he was saying those 3 or 4 Congress/senator when the women weren't qualified. They shouldn't have been there. And then he added a little bit more to that. Do you remember those comments? Will?
Yeah, I remember those comments, and it was
like it was in context.
Yeah, it was in context because it was definitely in context because what happened was it was white people that was up for that seat, but because of the times and because of the political temperature, they gave it to the black people just because. That's not out of context. That's not racist. That's just truth. It was white people that was up for the seat. It was white people that was up for the job, and they gave it to the black people.
But he also said they were unqualified. Is that true?
No,
so Ketanji,
No, because Will knows the thing because he was saying they weren't qualified, etc. Go ahead.
So we talking about Ketanji Brown. What is
Yeah,
Ketanji Brown?
my bad. Go ahead, Will.
No, go ahead. You asking
I was
questions.
just saying because I'm thinking about that scene. He named more than one black woman, right? During
Yeah,
that. Yeah. What is she? I don't know. I don't know what she is.
Ketanji Brown, if I'm not mistaken, she's a lawyer or something like that, a prosecutor or something like that.
Okay.
I gotta go look up and I gotta see exactly. But I remember that conversation that they was having. I think it was a white woman that was going up against her, and they literally just gave it to her just because of that. And when she was doing her, that's the same woman I think that's went against Donald Trump, if I'm not mistaken, and she did a terrible job at it. As a matter of fact, everything that she's been doing so far has been a terrible job. She hasn't done anything of achievable substance. So the question now is, okay, when you're looking at Ketanji Brown, I can't remember the other two people that you named.
Reaper, can you hear us?
It was yeah, I can hear. Just let me know if there's a crazy delay. It
Go,
was
go. You good?
Yeah, he said Ketanji Brown, Sheila Jackson Lee, and
Michelle
what's it,
Obama.
George Reed, Michelle Obama. Yeah, my bad.
Michelle Obama was terrible. We all know Michelle
Yeah,
Obama was her husband.
but MAGA Will, when you said there are other white people that were up for those same positions, do you know that they were more qualified than Ketanji Brown than black people? Because
I have to go
again,
back and look, but I remember the conversation.
So I guess what's
I
in
understand you remember,
contention,
but
Will.
when someone says,
Well, Reaper, yeah. So what's in
go ahead.
contention, Will, is what other reason would he have to question those women's qualifications and character other than them being black?
Again, I have to go back and look.
But so Reaper's saying what is it rooted in other than racism or prejudice?
So if you white, Hamp, and Fantastic is black, and both of y'all is up and running,
yeah,
and Fantastic wins it during a political climate where DEI and NAACP and people are getting pushed into position just because they're black. If Fantastic get the job over you, wouldn't it be fair to say that, oh yeah, they gave it to Fantastic because he's black?
No.
If they said that, absent of he's unqualified and things of that nature, I could understand why they may come to that conclusion. However, I wouldn't eliminate that person from being a racist.
Gotcha. But that's why I said I have to go back and get the full context. I'm pretty sure that they would have to pull up both of those people, and then they would have to, gauge what it is that they've done prior to them being up for that job. So that's why I said I can't speak for the man, but in my opinion, I just know that's what the conversation was about. I just can't remember all of the details, but there's context to it.
Yeah, and so I think the context and that's why Reaper used that one specifically because he'd been listening. I don't think there's much a way around that one because I saw that one too. And for him to insult those women while mentioning the political climate had no place other than he felt some type of way about them because they were black.
Gotcha. And the counter. Hold on one second. So the counter to that would be, right, this is just my perspective. The counter to it would be is that when Kamala Harris was running for president and they said that she was qualified and that Trump wasn't qualified, and Barack Obama came up and said that if you black man don't want a black woman in office, it just shows that you yourself are against black women. So it's okay when a white person brings up context when we talking about gauging someone's qualifications to be a job, but it's not okay when a black person does it.
Go ahead, Beans and Tommy.
Look, I was just gonna say one quick thing.
Go ahead.
We have a junior college dropout calling a Harvard graduate and a Harvard law graduate unqualified. Ironic.
Who's the graduate?
Charlie Kirk is a junior college dropout. He didn't finish junior college.
Okay, who's unqualified?
Ketanji Brown is a Harvard graduate and a Harvard law graduate.
And what has she done substantially within the legal system?
She is Supreme Court justice.
This be the problem I have, Will. This be the problem I have, and I've even had this conversation with even some of my white friends when we used to talk about affirmative action. Before those laws was put in place, you know what conversation I never heard? What? The conversation about the white boys that was getting the opportunity that was less qualified. Then I've never heard that conversation, even from you niggas. I've never heard that conversation before. I've never heard them worried about it. None of it. The only time this became a problem is when they looked at the numbers and said, yo, unqualified white people are getting jobs over these qualified individuals, and so we need to put this in place. And that's when that conversation started. But when it was in their favor, we never heard these conversations.
So we have heard this conversation during even when you want to talk about redlining, how it is that black people who was going to the banks and going to the housing markets and trying to get into those markets, and those people was being dismissed just because they were black. But because of the money that they had and the extensive knowledge that they had when it came to towing the land, those people were dismissed just because they were black. So we've heard this conversation before.
Well, why does he get what is hold on?
Go ahead, man.
Come on, man, with all this deflecting shit.
It's not deflecting. What are you talking about?
I think it's my turn. He said decorum.
Okay, but you jumped in right at the end of my answer.
Absolutely at the end of your answer.
Yo, he's gonna tell you why he think it's deflecting. Will, go ahead. Go ahead, B.
Go ahead.
Bro, this man is not responding to nothing that's actually being said.
Go ahead, B. Yeah.
Right? It's fucking triggering me. The fact of the matter is, the brother said that when white people who were quote unquote unqualified were getting handed positions for whatever reasons, there was no conversation about it. Right? He's not talking about from the people who weren't getting it. He's talking about from the people who were. He's talking about from people like the black conservatives and all of the other people who seem to be in on the side of whiteness right now. He's saying nobody was saying the thing when it was them. The people who talking shit about black people, quote unquote, getting DEI weren't talking shit about white people getting favoritism. That's what he's saying.
Got you. And I succeeded that. But my thing is, we've heard these conversations before, even when it came to redlining. When and how it is that black people were being held back or dismissed just because they wanted to get into the housing or the banking market.
You're missing my point, Will.
No, I got you.
No, you don't, because your answer says you don't have my point. My point was white people were not getting on airplanes and being nervous because this white pilot might not be as qualified.
Okay, so right. So let me ask you a question. As a black man, have you ever had a bias against black people?
See what I mean?
Okay, so then by that measure, so let me ask you a question. When you right, like they act like I'm saying something that's not in English. Have you ever had a bias against black people?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What?
So again, my point is this, because he asked me. He said, "Why is when he said what he said about the black pilot, like it was a wrong thing?" I've seen young black pilots, and I'd be like, "God damn, I hope this nigga know how to fly the plane." I've seen niggas standing at the damn gas station outside the liquor store, and I'd be like, "Damn, they look like they have some bullshit." Black people, even outside of the hood, when they see a gang of niggas coming down, yes, I'm using the word gang. When they see a gang of niggas coming down the street, hell, they might cross the street. Hell, women, when they see a gang of niggas, they feel some type of way. So what are we saying? Everyone has a bias, or are we just dismissing the fact that people have biases?
You know what's stripped out to me, Hamp, is that you can take this one person who has not one, not two, dozens of biases against one particular demographic, and the demographic that he has the biases against will sit their ass on the fucking panel and say, he ain't racist, he ain't a bigot, he ain't prejudiced, he ain't this, he ain't that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the problem. It's like no matter. That's why I said it don't make a difference to pull up the video. Niggas not gonna never acknowledge what's being said.
But here's the thing, though.
The same way how right now, where for some reason when I'm talking decorum don't matter. We can pull up 13. He had a problem with black pilots. He had a problem with black people in customer service. He have a problem with June 19th. He have a problem with DEI. He have a problem with reparations. I mean, how many more do we need to give you?
Okay, cool. So
he gotta be 30, 40, 50,
wait, you done? Wait, hold on, you done? So as black people,
tell me when I'm done.
Okay, so is you done?
Well,
damn.
Well,
are you done?
Here's the baseline.
Okay, so if you done, so act like black people don't call our shit within the black neighborhood.
Will, here's why I have to interject. Right? You keep on inserting black people when we're assessing when we're assessing Charlie Kirk's behavior. That makes it feel, and I'm saying feel, disingenuous, right?
Gotcha.
So here's the thing about bias. We understand that people have bias even against their own people, right? I'll give you that concession. However, when he has a numerous amount of biases, right, against a certain group of people, then you call that person a racist.
Got you.
It's not that complicated. It is what it is. You know.
Okay, so but here's the thing: if we're gonna call out the behavior, we have to see the behavior only done in one spot. So if only he was doing it as a white man, I can concede he's racist. But tell me that black people don't do it every day. When we call and we get that ghetto chick on customer service, when we go on the airplane and we see a black stewardess, when we go into a bar and we see a black person, it's not like. So now you're gonna cut me off. So it's not like every day we don't participate in these biases. So we're going to this is why I said we're going to dismiss the fact that people have biases and only attribute them to racism when it's one person. Yeah. So tell me, in the black community.
No, that's a solid retort. I just think that we are expounding too much on our thoughts, and then things get convoluted. That's a solid retort, because if you're saying everybody feels that way about that particular construct, right? Black woman in customer service. So why are we putting a negative jacket on him if black people feel the exact same way? A bias doesn't have to be rooted in racism. I understand that. I'm just consolidating the points because we are you know what I mean? I just want to move the microphone around. So that retort makes sense to me.
I just got one question.
Finish your thought. Go ahead, finish, and then I'll let Tyranny get in.
I just got one question. So we only putting one white man in court to judge if he's racist or not, and we're only going to bring up the statements and the behaviors that he called out as if black people have not done so. We are literally holding up a mirror to ourselves. That's the problem.
Okay. I want to get Tyranny in, and then I want Beans to finish. I don't know if he fully got the back and forth that I think is necessary. Go ahead, Tyranny.
Hey, what's up? Thanks to HAMP. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between prejudice, discrimination, and racism, right? I think we all have our prejudice thoughts. Oh, look at these Chinese people. They gonna stare me down. They think we gonna steal from the store. We all have our, prejudice mind frames. The problem is when the problem is when Caucasian people use their prejudice and they put into action. We can have our thoughts about Caucasian people all day. They smell like dogs, they have sex with animals, but we're not putting that prejudice mind frame into action. They're the only ones that can literally say, I'm not going to hire you. They're the only ones that can literally shoot us and get away with the crime. Like the young Instagram girl or TikTok girl, I don't know, that just killed her black boyfriend recently. You guys, let's watch and see how that trial goes. A lot of times they commit crimes against us and get away with it. Not we, because I don't do that shit. Some of you people with the color on your skin would justify it versus seeing that this is an issue since the 1817, 1600s. I can feel how I want to feel about you. But when you put it into action, is when it becomes a problem. And Charlie Kirk, y'all didn't even talk about this guy until he died. And now, because Fantastic did it as well, I've seen on your channel how you guys are literally saying, wait, let me finish. Listen to me,
I got you. I'm just waiting.
Okay. You guys are literally taking up for a caucus because he's caucus. You guys, when it came time for that black boy defending himself, the first thing that you did was go against him. But when a caucus does something like that, you sit there and you try to defend him. You can't tell me that ain't a Jim Crow mind frame, baby. You can't tell me that you don't love your master when you try to defend your master on stuff that he does against your brother. Go ahead.
So my retort is this: name me the black YouTube channel that would throw Carmelo Anthony under the bus when all of everybody in the EBT community defended Carmelo Anthony, and it's a clear stance of racism when they saying that white boy is just another body. Name me that. Hold on, wait. Let me hear, because you went on the dinner for a second. Wait, you went on the dinner for a second. Name me the black. Wait, hold on for a second. Name me the black YouTube channel that has went on and condemned Carmelo Anthony without a slew of black people saying, well, at the end of the day, he black. We need to stand together. You can't
So
call out. You
like,
can't wait. You can't say it's
is it a
racism when the
rhetorical
whites do it, and not say it's racism when the blacks do it. Even if you want to call it prejudice, because even when it comes down to prejudice, what do black people say? That white boy effed around and found out, right?
Right. So you feel like you need to hurry up and defend the caucus. That's what you feel like you do. You just asked me what
Well, now
black
you're
station
participating
did
in colorism.
You just asked me. You just
we need
asked
like
me
15
what
bucks.
black YouTube channel condemned this black man. That's what you just asked me. Your first. I'll let y'all go ahead.
No, we're talking about prejudice. You brought up.
I'll let y'all go ahead.
You brought up the case of prejudice.
You just asked me what black channel went against the black man.
Yeah, I know. Hey, y'all chill for a second. Let me say something. Hey, people are asking for the link in the chat.
Okay.
Hold on. People asking for the link.
You can't say okay because I'm being respectful and I'm waiting for them to say
Oh,
something.
it's fantastic. Is trying to say something real quick.
No, when y'all not talking, y'all can hear me. Hey, y'all asking for the link in the chat, man. If y'all want the link, bro. Hey, we passed the extension. Okay, so get the extension. That way we can drop the link and more people can come over. We keep having the conversation. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, you run to the massa and how you can hurry up and protect him before you protect your brother. Do you think massa gonna protect you, or you think your brother gonna protect you first? Which one?
You talk about protecting my brother. My thing is this though: if my brother if my brother drops a body and I know it's against the law, is that protecting him if I know that he broke the law?
What? No, I said protect you. I said
no. You said protect my
first?
brother. You said I should be protecting my brother instead of protecting Massa. I don't know who the hell Massa is because the only master of my life is God. So, no, you saying that's the problem. Okay, so if you want to continue to participate in colorism, we can do that. But when it comes down to it, you can't call out the assumed prejudice in white people. You're not going to call out the assumed prejudice in black people because you still have black people to this day who says that Carmelo Anthony is innocent.
But why in the hell would I jump to protect something else before I protect my own home? Hold on, let me finish.
Exactly. So instead of saying that Carmelo Anthony defended himself, why not wait? Hold on, wait.
No, I'm not going to wait because I wasn't done. I literally said let me finish. I literally said let me finish.
Why not say wait until all the evidence come out?
I literally asked you let me finish.
Sure, go ahead. You don't get the same question.
Hey, you got this. All right, this is my final warning, right? All right, about the lack of decorum. All right. All right, go ahead, Tyranny, and then Will, you can retort.
I was just going to say, the scripture says that he is a hypocrite that takes care of someone outside of his home first. So with y'all on these panels sitting there trying to take care of somebody else's home before you take care of your own home, you are a freaking hypocrite. And how could you even consider to be in a community where we can trust you when we know for a fact that you're going to run and tell on us because we are not following the ways of the person you don't even understand is your master?
Okay. So, Will, before you say something, let me say something. So does that scripture only apply to black people, or does it apply to white people too? Because if it applies to white people too, so if it applies to white people too, what we complaining about?
I don't think the scripture had a race on it. It's a statement.
Hold on. You just said the scripture said pretty much keep to your own people, look out for your own people. All right.
First.
Hold on. Don't worry about everybody else. So what are we mad at fucking the white folks doing the same thing for white folks for? What are we talking
about? Because they weren't about us.
So can I jump in?
I ain't mad at the white folks to take care of the white folks. That's their home. Let them take care of each other. So why we can't do the same?
Yeah, she's saying do exactly what you said, do what you just said. She's saying black people should be doing that and worrying about that first, not defending white folks over their people. Hence the Carmelo situation, if that had happened.
I think just real quick, Ham, that's the problem. You niggas can't see us saying, hey, it's a problem. It's problematic. And we had the conversation right here, Cam. We talked about it's a problematic making it standard and making it okay for kids to kill kids over, kids being kids. So I am looking out for black people when I say this. So when niggas celebrate and niggas, the pack and the this and body and so on and so forth, it's very, very counterproductive and downright evil to promote that ideology within your own group. That they're more likely, hold on, I'm almost done. That they're more likely, by all accounts and proof and evidence and history, are going to do against each other before they do for somebody outside the race. So what you niggas need to understand is If I say anything that you see as defending of the white man, you can't pick out me motherfucking doing the overall for us. And that's the fucking problem.
So go ahead and let them stab your sons.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
Tyranny.
y'all. Don't
Hold on,
fight
Tyranny.
back.
Tyranny,
Okay.
hold on. Go ahead, Will.
So my question is this: we see the drug dealer selling drugs to the kids, but we ain't gonna tell on the drug dealer. We see the group of young niggas that run into somebody's house and do something to someone's family. We see someone take out somebody's grandma onto the front lawn, drag them out onto the front lawn, and shoot them. But if we tell on them, we're not protecting our own. Instead of holding our community accountable so that we can solve the problem, we would rather defend the criminal. And since you brought up the Bible, 2 Colossians 3:22-24 says, "Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as mansplainers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God, used to demand loyalty and work from slaves today, often spiritualized as working diligently for the Lord." The reason why I say participating in colorism is because you want me to defend the darkies, but yet you are here now attributing me to be a lighty because you're saying that I'm in the house and I want to protect Matt. Oh, no, wait, time out. This is why I brought up the whole thing about colorism. So as it is attributed to y'all, this is out of y'all mouths. There's no difference between niggas and black people. Yet at the end of the day, black people want to call out the nigga shit and niggas want to defend the shit. That's the problem. Because no one can hold black nigga
from. Where did you learn this shit from, Will? Where did you learn this from to hate your brother?
You're calling me out directly. Go ahead.
Yes. Where did you learn to hate your brother? You just called us darkies. Do you
I
know
don't.
how racist you are?
Where did I learn that from? Let me see. Growing up, let me ask everybody a question. Hamp, growing up where you grew up at, have you ever seen a light skin versus dark skin thing?
Yes, I've seen.
Okay. So I'm not the only nigga in existence that know this shit, right? And, William, have you ever heard or seen light skin versus dark skin? Okay, so I'm not the only nigga that know this shit. So it's not just a me thing. Tyranny. It's not just a me thing. It's a well understood thing that has always been dark skin versus light skin. So for you to try to attribute my behaviors and my mannerisms as if I'm protecting the white man just because I'm calling out the nigga shit in the community, I'm not protecting the white man. Y'all should just do better.
Listen, colorism started with the Caucasus. So you're participating in the caucus game. That's a problem. I never seen myself as a lighter skinned black woman. Actually, I heard that from people telling your skin is lighter. Black is black to me.
We losing the plot. We losing the plot. I answer real quick, Tierney. I answer questions because I choose to make sure I answer questions that are asked to me. I've seen people beef with each other, right? But that doesn't render her concern will moot. Right, so I can answer your question, but it doesn't. Her point she's still within her realms to question and all that.
No, she's not.
Because you're simply saying poor behavior begets poor behavior and justifies poor behavior, right?
Okay.
You're saying because you saw it in the community, then you're giving it credence everywhere else, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So her point still stands.
Her point does not stand.
Okay.
And I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with you. Because all throughout the history of the black community, I wouldn't say all throughout the history. I say since the 50s. Since the 50s in the black community, we have been defending negativity and degeneracy, and we never and for those within the community that call it out, we don't hold those people accountable. We just sit back and be like, yeah, that's just some nigga shit, or that's just black. I always use the shitting on the porch analogy. It's wrong for people to shit on the porch, but it's also wrong for people to call out the fact that they smell the shit and see the shit.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So Tyranny, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Do you believe that we should call out poor and unjust behavior, regardless of who it is?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, when there's an opportunity where it could go either way, I think that's what I hear Tyranny kind of calling out Will and maybe Mr. Fantastic. So when you have a situation like a Carmelo Anthony, right? Mr. Fantastic's point is kids shouldn't be stabbing up each other, right? But we're waiting for the facts, right? And we need more information. What she's questioning, she always hears maybe you, Mr. Fantastic, saying that nigga was wrong. That's nigga shit, as opposed to letting it play out before putting a negative jacket on the black person in the situation.
Right.
But hold on. hold on, just real quick. I got it. So had it been the other way around, Hamp, should I wait also?
Thank
Would I
you.
be expected to wait? If a white man had killed the white kid had killed the black kid, right? And I'm like, no, man, we need to wait for the evidence. We need to wait for the trial. I'm still a coon, right? So I'm gonna say this again. Even when I point this shit out, the overall topic should be kids shouldn't be killing kids. From all accounts of the police report and the witnesses and the stuff and the shit that was said, so on and so forth, the shit was fucked up and it shouldn't have happened, right? So regardless of whatever comes out of the situation, outside of both of them having guns or knives or him being, you know what I mean? We agree that a fist fight should end in fists, right? And two people walking away. That's the only thing I'm speaking to. But again, if you put a white man in that, it's like, yeah, I'm glad that nigga died. It is what it is. He a pack. He a this. He a that. Black power. Get out my fucking face. I'm not with that shit, bro.
See, fantastic. What you just did again, right? What you just did again, bro. This shit is so slick, bro. Is somebody says, hey, this thing that you're doing over here look a certain way, and you say, well, but if I do this, it's gonna look a certain way too. And so what? No,
it's not and
bro. I'm gonna put my time on the screen so I can show everybody how much time I actually get to talk.
Beans is ignorant. Go ahead, Beans. Go ahead,
bro. Crack or heroin? Don't smoke crack. Well, if I smoke heroin, I'm still gonna. No, don't do neither one of them. How about that? Just don't do neither one of them then. If in order for you to not talk shit about black people, you have to not talk shit about white people too, then don't talk shit about them. Right? But don't expect for us to see the consistency. Officer Tatum, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not on my own show.
Yeah.
Don't expect for us, I apologize, Ham. Don't expect for us to see you consistently, right, attacking a specific demographic and for us to not see that as bias. Right? No, like I just said, really? How many white on white crime, how many violent white culture videos did any of the black conservative douchebags do? Not one.
Exactly.
They didn't do one. But if the shooter had been black, guess what they would have did? Fantastic.
Game time.
You know it. I'm not trying to debate with you. I'm trying to have a conversation with my brother. You know they would have did videos.
Let me know you're done.
That's the problem is of what's being said, bro. Think about it like this, Fantastic. Charlie Kirk apparently spent some time, has done some videos talking about black people. And now we're sitting on a panel, and as we try to talk about him, the black people keep switching it to black folk. Why is it that he was able to talk about black people, but as we try to talk about him, we can't? Because a couple of black people on here want to keep taking it to black people. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so first and foremost, no one's saying we can't because we literally had a conversation in real time, and I'm not doing anything slick. You made my point for me. Don't do either one. Well, that means I shouldn't take up for the black man either, dumbass. That's some dumbass logic. That's some bullshit.
No,
if I can't tell a fucking offense, yes, it is. And like you said,
I'm just thinking out loud. Go ahead. I'm not cutting you off.
Even now, so now it's my turn, right? Yeah. So the problem is, again, you're purposely being obtuse to the fact of the matter that you niggas are obsessed with being the victim. You would rather me not criticize nobody if I ain't got nothing bad to say about the white man. I'm gonna say this again for like the umpteenth time on HAMP shit. I don't care about the white man. He's not my focus. That's why I'm not hunting nothing down to talk about him. I'm not doing any of this shit. The reason we talk about Charlie Kirk because the whole fucking world is talking about Charlie Kirk, and we're content creators. Okay. I did not motherfucking, oh my God, I didn't shed a tear or nothing. I literally did a live as soon as the nigga got shot. Not a tear fucking shed, not nothing other than like, damn, man, I just saw some shit that was fucked up. He not gonna make it. Way before they fucking gave the announcement. So please get out of this motherfucking bullshit to where everybody's got an opinion about a white man. There's anything other than he a motherfucking racist ass slave master cracker is this motherfucking bullshit, bro. I see something you niggas can't see. I see that the obsession with racism and the white man and focusing on what the white man doing and the fact that you niggas only give a fuck about Charlie Kirk after he died proves everything I'm saying to where y'all making this about y'all. When Will just came up here and gave you the full context of everything. Niggas been lying for the last 4 days. I'm only going by that. I never even went back to see the full context. Oh, they asked him something about trans, and then he said gang members. No, that wasn't the context. That and it was what was it? Fuck. It was malicious fucking bam. He said what it was. I forgot. Either way,
mass
this is the
shootings.
thing.
That's it.
Y'all got to get out of this bullshit, bro. Y'all got to get out of this bullshit to where y'all are so mad with the white man to where you're willing to let black people suffer and be the worst of the worst to each other, as long as nothing gets said to the white man, bro. That's all I'm saying. Fuck.
I don't have my pen and paper with me. I'm trying to remember what you said. Hold on, real quickly. Fantastic. Here's the thing. I could have said this earlier, right? The checkmate on the gang shit is that there are black gangs. So you can't say that he wasn't talking about black people. There's no way that you can say he wasn't. You could say he wasn't only talking about black people, but if he's talking about gangs in general, that would mean he's talking about all gangs, which would include the black ones. There's no way around that, right? But, you know, I don't get to talk a lot. But here's the other thing, though. So you keep saying y'all niggas, right? Let me show you why I'm saying the tactics that y'all pull. Y'all did the same thing with Tyranny, right? She say something, and then you bring up something that you want to say that's about black people in general, y'all niggas. Fantastic. I got several videos about Charlie Kirk that was up before he died. I actually posted, repurposed a short that I did the day of at about 9 o'clock in the morning. So when you say y'all niggas didn't talk about Charlie Kirk, who you talking about? Because it can't be me, right? So if you talking to me, address me, because I absolutely was talking about him prior to this, right? And I didn't even know a whole lot about him. The only thing I saw was one video, and that's all it took for me to understand who he was. And in that video, he said only 15 black people, quote unquote, unarmed black people get shot per year by the cops, which is wrong. It's a lie. And then he said, they said unarmed, which means had a gun nearby or dropped a knife. Let me ask somebody who I know ain't gonna lie. Aaron, does unarmed mean had a gun nearby or dropped a knife?
No, unarmed means you're not in possession of a weapon.
So again, when somebody of his stature, 4 million subscribers, going all around the world, hosting debates and giving lectures, right? Lauded the way he is by this country and its politicians, will sit in front of people and say that, knowing it's a lie. I know who I'm dealing with. I didn't need 30 other videos. I knew what it was from that one. So I'm saying, you saying we can have the conversation about him. Bro, every time we talk about him, the retort is black people do it too. Black people said it too. Well, what about the black people? But black people though, but black. Bro, just how about him for a second? How about all of the different biases that we point out? Are you really going to say that one man, particularly a white one, while we trying to pretend like white and black ain't different, one white man who will hold all of these, let's just go with negative, or what's another word, Aaron, for against, right? All of these biased opinions about black people. Are we really finna still sit up here and say, nah, he not that? Really? Fantastic. Like, how many does it have to be?
Yeah.
You mean oppositional biases? Just so I know.
Right. Oppositional.
Okay. Right.
For a person that has that many oppositional opinions against a specific demographic, fantastic. We can run down the list.
Yeah, the term was maliciously ignorant, by the way. That's
maliciously ignorant, yeah.